How's it going, everybody? Today we are going to be taking a look at the Yakima SkyBox NX16 cargo box and how it fits on our 2021 Ford F-150. We have ours here on our truck bed rack system rather than up on the roof, just because it's pretty tall up there, and if this is an option, you still have the access to your bed, and you can get some more items into this box up on top. So let's take a closer look at how it works. The box is going to be made of a durable ABS plastic, so it's going to hold up to the elements. It's also got this nano textured finish, which is going to help cut down on some of that wind noise and resistance while also giving it this nice appearance. It almost comes off as glossy without having that actual glossy finish, which is going to be more prone to scratches and wear and tear over time. The weight of the box itself is going to be 47 pounds, so the overall weight capacity of your system shouldn't exceed around 165. Keeping in mind, though, that depending on what you put it on, that number could be potentially changing. So for us, we have it on this bed rack system. This weight capacity is up to 500 pounds, but if you have this up on your roof, that number is going to change. So just be mindful of all of those different numbers. Make sure you find out what they are and go by the lowest rated component just to be safe. But we do have 16 cubic feet of storage in this box. That's going to be hard to quantify, but the way we put it is that it has enough room for you to get about 3 people's worth of gear up in there. Also, something you want to keep in mind is that the box is going to be adding 16 inches of height to however you have your system set up. So whether that's on the bed or on the roof, those are the numbers you want to keep in mind as far as clearance issues or keeping it in your garage. Also, the box is going to be 75.5 inches long, so that's just over 6 feet. We have a 5.5 foot bed here. So as you can see towards the back end, we're hanging off ever so slightly, maybe just 3 or 4 inches from the back, but we don't want to get a whole lot closer to the cab of the vehicle. It's not going to be moving around or anything while we're driving, but these are just a couple numbers you want to keep in mind if you do have this bed size and you choose to use it in this fashion. Now we can get into our box. First thing we need to do is unlock it, which will allow us to access this lever here and push up on the box. It's hinged, so it will stay up. I don't need to keep it open while I'm getting inside of it. And we'll take a closer look at what we have going on in there. Inside, first thing we're going to point out are these raised ridges. So this is just a way to keep your items stored up and above the mess that they might tend to create. Whether that's sand from like a beach or ice and snow if you're going skiing or snowboarding, you don't want that just storing right next to your items, whether it's debris or liquid and soaking into those things. So this just helps to get them above that. Coming down here, we'll see the top of our clamps, as well as we do have this portion built in for you to strap your items down inside. Also, we have a channel that this is going to be able to slide up and down to accommodate a couple different crossbar spreads. And we do have the tool. It stores right here on the inside of the rack. It can store on the other side as well. It's got a built-in torque spec, and basically we're just going to use this to tighten up or loosen our clamps. And then once we get it fully tightened, or we'll show you that process of those clamps loosening up and how they tighten back down around our crossbars. And then we can listen to that torque spec click once you have that desired tension. Another nice feature is that we do have this lanyard or this string that we can use to pull down the box if we don't want to or we don't have the ability to reach all the way up there and grab it. So we'll just tuck that back inside once we have it down. But before I close it completely, I want to point out the fact that if I try to rotate this key or pull it out right now, I can't, and we still see this red indicator here behind our lever. That just means the box isn't closed all the way. So just as a security measure, once we do close it all the way, that indicator will disappear, and now we'll be able to lock the box and remove the key. You can see the clamps here right now. They are padded, and they're working with our heavy-duty crossbars, which are some of the larger crossbars that you're going to be able to see clamps work with. So they have a really nice hold in our case, and they also have a nice pad, so they're not going to scratch our crossbars up, sliding back and forth. And again, because we do have those channels on the top portion, we can accommodate a couple different crossbar spreads. In our case, we're pushing about the maximum spread here at 36 inches. Another really nice feature about this box is the fact that we can open it from both sides. So if I use the key, open this latch, It's dual hinge, so I can open it from either side. So now if I don't have anything else on my crossbars, and it's super easy for me to reach in and get some heavier things out of the box from inside the bed, I can do that if I'd like to. And because it doesn't take up a ton of space on our 68-inch crossbars here, and these are rated for up to 500 pounds on road, we have tons of room for another accessory. We can get up here if we want to, whether that's a bike rack or another box or another storage solution. Overall, I do like this box a lot. The fact that we can open it up from either side is really nice. The fact that we can't remove that key until we have it fully locked and secured is also a nice little security feature. I think as a fit in general, it is pretty nice on this car. We could probably move it forward just a few inches to get it away from the back here, but it will be close to the cab. So you can kind of play around with it depending on your system or however you want to use it. Keeping in mind though that at eTrailer we do have tons of different options for roof boxes like this one. If you want something a little more sleek, if you want that glossy finish, if you want a little bit more of an aggressive shape. However you decide to go though, the Yakima SkyBox NX16 is going to be a really solid option. We just took a look at how it works and how it fits on our 2021 Ford F-150.